So what I want to say to you, Johnson Controls, is there is nothing wrong with our country. There is something wrong with our politics.
President Barack Obama talking politics, the economy, and the future of the battery industry at his second visit to West Michigan in a little more than a year. You saw the speech live on air and online, and our crews have been in Holland all day covering all of the angles. 24 Hour News 8's Joe LaFurgey standing by with a look at the economic impact of the president's visit. But we start tonight with our political reporter, Rick Albin.
I don't care who you are, don't care where you work, Republican, Democrat, when the President of the United States comes to visit your workplace and talk about the good work that he says you're doing, in this case making batteries here at Johnson Controls, it's time to take a moment to say job well done, and that's what the folks from JCI behind me are doing. They're kind of celebrating the moment that the President of the United States came here to tell them that their innovation, their willingness to go out and do something nobody else was doing is what made this plant possible. He also said part of the reason it was possible was because of the government investment that President Obama promoted. All of that was the good news as he talked about the future of clean, green energy. But he also came with a message to Congress, and he really took it to him. He talked about Congress. He, from time to time, said Republicans and Democrats, but it was very clear he was saying to Congress, get your act together. He kept talking about compromise. He told people that they needed to talk to their congressmen and women and tell them that they want action when it comes to the national debt. He says he wants some kind of a deal that will use not just cuts, but cuts and revenues to get to that $1.5 trillion point where they can reduce the debt. And he says it is a fight that he wants to engage in with the American people. In fact, he said he wants them to go forward from here. And in almost campaign-like rhetoric at the end of his speech today, he had this to say.
I'm here to enlist you in that fight. You've got to hold everybody accountable. Because if we can come together and find common ground, there is no stopping the United States of America.
And that went on, and the crowd got more enthused, and they were more supportive of what the president was talking about compromise in Washington, D.C. He laid it out in a number of different ways. He said, look, the political system is what's damaged, is what's broken in Washington. It isn't the economy. It isn't the United States. And he laid out some very strong words for Congress, and we'll hear more about that as we go through this hour. But what the president did do today was once again zero in on a very important state when it comes to Decision 2012. He will go from here through a Midwestern swing next week. And it was very clear, even though he talked about the economy, he talked about the debt, talked about what needs to happen in Washington. He also was talking about the future. And it's pretty clear that we're getting very close to gearing up for Decision 2012. In Holland, I'm Rick Albin. Back to you.